Hello everyone, welcome back to the underside of my Excursion with the Cummins 5-speed manual. I'm gonna pull this guy out, see what the problem is up in there. I had a vibration. I went and took a little bit of this apart before I turned you on. But I had a vibration. I determined it was from this front drive shaft. And this U-joint's all messed up. None of the caps turn. So I'll have to get that changed out and figure out if it wrecked the yoke. But time to get pulling stuff off. Always dropping stuff. I'm running the stock transfer case that came in this Excursion. Is it a 273F? Can't quite see it. These drive shaft bolts, they're 12 millimeter. Once you get them broke loose, then you can use something like a gear wrench usually. Well, tappity tap tap. Shift on the fly 4-wheel drive actuator. reverse. That's all there is for wire harness. Get this rear shaft out of the way. Get the rear part off. Somebody must have insisted on putting Loctite on these. I don't know who that would be. Now we can get the jack under here. Start getting this down a little bit. First stage takes a while. Get a sore leg. Take these last few bolts out of the cross member here. Lift her out. That's all free. Now we can try to get the 8 bolts that hold this tranny in. I like to use a really long extension. So then you can get the top ones from way back here. Get the next one. I'm gonna pop my airline off again. It isn't supposed to fall off with this special extension. I like my old one better, but it broke. And this was what they gave me for warranty. That's all of them on this side. Can't reach that one. Now for this side. Dropping all kinds of stuff. Well, we'll wait for that noisy thing to shut off. One eternity later, my 160 gallon air compressor is done compressing. While it was doing that, I added a ratchet strap around the transmission because the exhaust pipe here is kind of interfering with this chain, and it's, you know, kind of like adding a couple extra condoms. You know, sometimes it's better to be safe. So back to getting these bolts out. I almost feel that a normal extension works better than this thing. Got one more to do over the top. I don't know why, but when I break them loose with this thing pops into tightening. Of course. There it goes again. Let's try it on a regular one. Put this one on the back. Two more bolts. I'm not sure if you guys can see much, but you know what? You're seeing what I'm seeing, which isn't much. I could probably get this one close up. Last bolt. Okay. Let's see if he'll come out of here. Suppose I could take the bolt out of here. Forgot about that. Just got the one left because the other one broke off. Hanging up on something. Not sure what. I think we got a little too much pressure on the back here for it to go down. I'm gonna rest the transfer case on this jack. Well, guys, I see chunks of metal. That looks like it's part of the slave. And would you look at that? Sheared the input shaft right off. Nice. Well, there's my problem. That's stuck in there. I know how this happened, and some of you might argue that it was just too much torque with the Cummins. This thing is set pretty well to stock, and normally if you'd slip a clutch, you just spin it. Well, this is a ceramic clutch, a dang cheap one too. And this thing would chatter really bad. So I think when I was slipping. So I think the chattering fractured the shaft. Well, let's pull this apart. Suppose that thing ever slipped? Never liked this clutch. I might have slipped a time or two. What do you think, guys? I always had a hard time getting this transmission into gear from a stop, and it liked to shift hard. It's almost like the thing was grabbing, not releasing enough to let the synchros do their job. But it also wouldn't grip tight enough to keep it from slipping. I don't know, I didn't like it. It's about 90% wore out. And there's my shaft. Feels like I need a new pilot bearing now. Gotta have this resurfaced. It's all wavy. Awesome. This thing's gonna get a stock clutch put back on it. I have one. That's what I had on it before, and I actually had a clutch master issue. It was bad right from brand new. It wouldn't release and allow free play, so it was slipping. And I didn't really drive it. Just drove it enough to notice that it was slipping. And then I went and got this clutch, thinking it was just not holding it. And this one slipped worse. And then I figured out right away after that it was the brand new clutch master. Went and changed that out, and then this still slipped, but it was better. But well, I'm on this one here. Why don't you guys give me a like, share, and subscribe this thing. See if I can't get some parts for this and maybe fix this thing up. I miss driving it. It gets pretty good fuel economy year-round for as big a vehicle it is. Well, you guys have a good one. Thanks for watching. God bless.